2. One, two. Why does it smell like smoke of regrets? What the hell is happening with this microphone? I'm just saying. I'm making observations today. One, two, one, two. The lights are on, right? Do you have a car so I can let it? You said what? One, two, one, two. One, two. Okay. She's putting batteries in the other mic. We'll be getting started shortly. If there's talent you want to showcase on today, make sure that you let Darlene. We're live. Okay. Hello, hello, boys and girls and everyone in between. My name is Nipsey, aka Nipsey Abe. Either one works. And we're here with the hostess with the mostest, Miss Darlene, aka Lucid Conversations. Make sure you go on social media and like the page, follow the page on Facebook, Instagram, all social media handles. We got DJ Miles High, correct?
We got
DJ Miles High.
Talk about this.
We ready? Yes. He said hold the mic like you holding a man.
Hold the mic like you holding a man.
A man. Close and to your mouth. There we go. Hello.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party.
Hey. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Black Talent. We're going to show off tonight. We're going to sing.
No.
We're going to dance.
We gonna cuss. We gonna tell some lies. And we gonna have some fun. That's what we gonna do today.
We're going to tell a few stories.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We're going to have a few conversations. Because he said,
And she
and
said,
then she said,
and then they said.
and then we gonna say. Okay? So our first talent is getting ready. So while he's
Why so aggressive?
getting ready, you want to talk about how do men want to accept compliments from other men? If another man told you were handsome, what's your response? Wait, we think
He leaking. He leaking. We need some nursing pads. He leaking. That's fine. I think that's fine. I guess that's it.
Man, if a man told you it was fine, how would you respond? It's just somebody that thinks you fine.
Bring the music down. What you say?
You was somewhere looking fine.
A man says you're fine. Why would it matter if you're his friend?
It depends on where I'm at, what's going on, if I was drinking. It's a lot of variables and all that. That you'll just ask me. When you ask me questions, I'm sorry.
No, I'm judging. That sounded zesty to me, but go ahead.
See, and that's another problem with the
No.
that zesty
No.
we talked about. But
No.
But what you saying? Where
No.
was that? If I was in here and one of the fellas in here said that, I would have like appreciate that, bro. Good looking out.
Okay, so I was being funny before. So
On
what
the
I'm
street?
no, what I'm understanding is if there's someone who's familiar to you, you take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You don't put any other context
Because
to it.
I
So they
probably
know.
know that person.
Okay, but a stranger.
Yeah, I had to look at him like 2 or 3 times. And like,
Okay.
Are you that?
Okay. I got it.
But you still fine to the stranger as you fine to your friend. So, do men not like to accept compliments from other men? Do that make y'all
Not
feel
those
some
kind.
type of way?
For somebody to say, "Hey man, those shoes are sharp." Hey man, hey doc, that hat
That's a
is
compliment.
hidden. Where you get that from? That's the kind of compliments
compliment.
I'm accustomed to men giving to each other.
What if a man came and told you that your beard looked nice?
What you gotta say, sir?
No, sir.
As a man, y'all got too many rules. Y'all got it's hard being a man. Y'all got too
It
many
is.
rules. Can't say this, can't do that, can't do. It's too much. Like it's just a compliment. You can just take it and be like, okay, all right.
Hold on.
That don't mean that you.
Okay. In fairness, what is a compliment that another woman could give you that would sound offensive?
I don't think I would be offended at any compliment.
But that's women. Women accept compliments from other women, and it's not a thing. But a man can't come and tell me that he thinks I'm handsome.
Or
Bro, is you cool? What's
or
wrong?
Tori, you got a nice beard, Tori. You got a nice beard, Tori.
Yeah, all right.
I really like your beard.
I mean, what's wrong if a man complimented you? You're a good-looking brother. What's wrong with okay, thanks, and keeping it moving? What's wrong with just saying thanks and keep it right? What's wrong with saying that? Because
That
whatever
general
his
context is
intent
okay.
was, you don't have to receive it in that way. So that's why I'm asking, what's the difference in just saying, all right, okay, thanks, and you already know in your mind like okay, it's not going any further than that. But what's so bad in just saying, okay, thanks?
It's nothing bad if you don't want it to be bad, but I'll probably just walk off. I probably won't have a response. I'll probably just walk off. That's not something.
So, do y'all believe that every man that gives another man a compliment is somehow gay?
No.
No?
If another woman say, "Oh, you got some pretty nipples, sis,"
It would just be
but
weird.
that's crossing a line. You may not respond, but would they be crossing a line for you?
It would be crossing a line, but I would just be like, okay, like it's weird. It's unusual
Okay.
for someone to come and say that.
Okay. I would agree with that. Child, you trying to send me through?
Thought you called me Manish Manning before, didn't you?
No.
Exactly. That's why. Get her. All right, leave her alone now. Y'all don't have to mess with her. She gave me the mic. I'm just playing. No, but it depends on where you at, and for me, where you at, the situation, and you know who you with, because we are still, well, some of us are still masculine men that stand on 10 toes on what they believe in. That's all. And in that situation, depends on where I'm at, who I'm with, and you know what's going on. But 9 times out of 10, if I'm just walking down the street and somebody say something like that, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm going the opposite direction. I don't need all that.
That makes sense.
Okay. So we waiting on our first talent to take the stage. He ready? Okay. Come on and take this stage. We ready for it.
Do you need us to cue up the music for you?
Ask if he needs some specific music. Hold on, y'all.
And no.
She
'Cause
break
I sing-
dancing.
I sing everywhere I go.
She break dancing tonight.
Right. Me and Steven, we're
We're
gonna have a
break
dance
contest.
off.
I
We're gonna have a dance battle.
Yeah, I'm about to get. I'm about to get with it.
Neither.
Not really.
We ain't rolling no ankles today. We will not be making any urgent care visits on today.
Nah, not today.
Not today. Not today. What's the point?
What you gonna do tonight? Nah, hold on. I gotta hook up my phone. Give me un momento, por favor.
All right.
One moment, please.
While we getting that set up.
And he needs a mic too, y'all. So
Okay.
he getting ready.
He can have mine when he ready. Is he down there getting oiled up? Is that what's
Baby, he
happening?
looking good. He ready.
Is that what's happening?
He ready.
Okay. Okay. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Lucid Conversations. Please make sure that you follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and all social media handles. On the ones and twos, we have DJ Miles High. In a little while, we're going to have DJ Steven.
DJ Rough Rock.
Okay, Mr. Rough Rock. You need it?
August 1st, this block will be having a big major block party, but I'm looking for food trucks. A couple that I had, they keep canceling on me. So if you know of anybody that has a food truck or would like to come out to the event, it's August 1st from 12 to 5 over at Ryder School, but I'm also taking up 3 blocks from Parnell to Wallet Gate. So, but I need some food trucks. So if you know of anybody that do food trucks, thank you. You all invited.
go. Yeah. I'll help you. We doing a 7. Now don't taking it face time. I ain't stay yet. Yeah. I ain't stay yet. I'm gonna let you know.
You stand the rain. Here we go. Can you stand the rain? No pressure. No pressure. I want you. I need you. Love you.
All right. Here we go.
Where did that come from? Who squirted on him? Oh, pause.
I'm doing this for Charlie, people. Just bringing the 70 back. Yeah. Hey, I just say thank you. This is for Lucid Conversation. Us.
That was Jess, y'all. He came in with the 70s. Because y'all can't stay in this rain. I'm telling you. Okay. Who we got next? Who next to show off some black talent? Oh, we got Moni Love, baby. Come on to the stage. We got Monique. Hey.
Hello, everyone. Don't hear my voice. All right. I'm Moni Love. So this is called single. I am single because I choose to be. And I sure wish these niggas would stop confusing me being alone with being lonely. Yes, I am alone in my home that I own, but that doesn't mean that my peace has been overthrown. Let's be clear. I do not wear my independence like it's a girl cape. Because hell, it's a reality that sometimes I wish to escape. I am selective when it comes to settling down, and I'm not willing to settle just to have someone around. Now, that's not to say that I'm the shit or God's gift to men, although they do come around knocking every now and again. But what they're really selling, I ain't buying, because they just want to experience this 5-star box without even trying. To get to know me and understand the inner workings of D to the D. What makes me smile? Or that I really hate stopping for gas. What's my idea of fun? Oh, last movie I saw. Now, I'm not going to stand up here and act like I was always in this space. Because for a long time, I didn't know my own worth, and I gave out way too much. In fact, I was far too accommodating and steady letting these niggas play in my face. I take full responsibility for the role that I played and for every single good, bad, or ugly decision I made. They say when you know better, you're supposed to do better. So when the healed version of me was ready to shine, I had to let her. Now she takes front stage, knowing when to and when not to engage. She recognizes that everyone does not deserve access, and if boundaries are offensive, just say less. She continues to protect her peace at all costs because losing sight of self is the ultimate loss. So please know I am single because I choose to be, till I meet the one who has been waiting for me.
I like it. Yes. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. So we got food over here if you all want to eat. We have Dana. Dana is a chef, a caterer. She brought some samples of her food. I'm sure she does. Talk to her.
What's the name of your business? The Ultimate Caterer. So, do you have Facebook, Instagram? Okay. Please follow her on Instagram, her social media handles. The Ultimate Caterer, correct? I think that's what she said. Is that what she said?
Yes, the
Okay.
ultimate caterer.
Ultimate Caterer.
With the
All right.
K, right, Dana?
The K, okay.
Wait, let's get the mic. Say it louder so
We have honey jerk chicken, tangy mango salmon bites, Caribbean coleslaw, and Rasta pasta.
How much? How much for the people who are here? Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
there is a donation box on the table for donations because we got some food and we got some drinks. Help yourself to this tequila punch right here.
Can we show some love again to our talent?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you to both of them. Yes, yes. He came out and did it. And the young lady, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, that was dope, sis. Super dope. Well, I wrote a poem.
Like the head, here we go.
Let me get my phone, y'all. Hold on a sec. I spoke too soon because I'm not even ready.
It's okay. How's everybody today while she's getting that together? Okay. Okay. How are you surviving with all the water that we received recently? Okay. I'm in the south suburbs, so we got a lot. We got a lot out our way. Sir, they did. I don't think it was maybe as severe as it was in the south suburbs this time. Yeah. So normally it's the opposite, but this time it hit the south suburbs pretty tough. You ready, baby girl?
So before I get into what I wrote, I just wanted to say tonight is a night for you to be yourself. However that is, whoever you want to be, however you want to express yourself, this is a real life safe space. I created this safe space for me, and I want to share it with you. This is Lucid Conversation, y'all. Okay. So, for those that may not know, social anxiety is something I'm battling hugely, big time. Should I move out the way? Or is that you doing that? Oh. So what happened? Okay. They said, get out of your head. You are standing in your own way. But the anxiety jitters did not come to play. Nervous conditions got me psyched and afraid to let these words out. But those that support me are asking, girl, what are you talking about? The fast heart race, the sweat when it ain't even hot. Maybe I need a different weed strain, one that will really hit the spot. Don't judge me. Your shit smells like shit too. I'm comfortable with mine though, and don't mind sharing with you. Going live, standing up in front of all these curious ears. Got me all anxious thinking about it. I really need to get control of my fears. He said, you got the look, the voice, and the eloquence. But in my mind, I can't get past the apprehense. Saying the wrong words, getting stuck in the middle of a thought. Social anxiety got me bad and making me feel all prejudged and distraught. Understanding the origin, because why am I like this? Looked deeper in my childhood and remembered I was barely kissed. Never told I was pretty, smart, or even worth the plenty. I was made to feel bad about myself by the people who said they loved me. So I had to remake myself. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Learning to love myself beyond all my fears. Self-reflection and accountability is a form of self-preservation. My healing, expressions, vulnerability is shared through lucid conversations.
Woo! All right, show some love for Miss Yes, yes, yes. It can be quite overwhelming to get in a room full of strangers and share a piece of yourself. So let's applaud her for sharing that. Some of those inner thoughts. How it looks and how you feel are two different things when you're on the microphone or you're in a space. So we applaud her. We applaud her. Thank you. Thank you. I ain't singing shit. Every day. No.
Come on then.
No, we're gonna do something else. I'm gonna share a joke and then I'm gonna get ready for whoever the next person is. Who's the next person? Get them
Okay.
together. Okay. Get her
Okay.
together. Okay, get her together. All right. I am not a comedian and I don't profess to be one. And it's not my aspiration to be a professional comedian, but I wouldn't mind writing for them. I just like to make observations. One of the observations that I recently made is, and I'm not going to say this to be offensive to anyone, but if you are, okay. I didn't know that they made circumcised men in boot cut.
Oh.
Yeah, it got real quiet in the room. Like, I'm used to the oversized hoodie type of guys. And for what? Okay. I didn't know they had them in like petite and boot cut. So, yeah. His surgeon must be really good. All right. And now for our next hack. Thunch.
Oh, what?
No, I'm used to the guys with the turtlenecks, to which I say no. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have a good day. But this gentleman, it was like real fitted. It was like the little jeggings. It was just real tight.
Wait, his skin was tight?
Tight.
Oh,
It was tight.
it was tight.
Yes. It was tight. You used to all this loose skin and it wasn't loose. It was just kind of tight. It was fitted like some jeggings. Okay. So I had to make you think and pause like, I ain't never really seen that. Is that what my okay. Coming to the stage. No. I may scare some of the colored people away. So we're not gonna do that yet. Let's let it get a little bit darker, and you have your third shot of tequila before I get any more expressive. Benita. All right. If we can put our hands together, or at least some spirit fingers for Miss Vanetta. Vanita. I'm sorry, Vanita.
Vanita, come on up here. That's okay. Come on here.
Make sure you throw water.
Oh, no, I didn't ask. Please don't do that. No, he told me to do that. Yeah, he did. And I said yes. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
My name is Vanita Queen Abrams. I am actually a poet, playwright. I know it. Playwright, and also teach children, which I think is pretty cool, how to act on and off stage. Teach them how to open up their businesses and perform Broadway stage productions that I give every single year. I was her child's drama teacher at Robert A. Black Magnet School. And presently, I'm working on my doctoral degree. I start my dissertation in November, and I'm doing my thesis on, I believe performing arts can reduce the stress level and low self-esteem and anxiety in our children, adolescent, 5th grade girls. And so I'm very, very excited about that. With all that being said, I just wanted to introduce myself. Thank you, Jess, for inviting me out. Met my soror. Yeah, so, hey, soror. All right, so here we go.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I haven't done this poem in a while, but I'm going to get off the mic.
Come on, then. Yes.
Don't give a no
That
polite
was
church
dope.
clap. Y'all better put y'all
Come on.
motherfucking hands together.
Dope.
We are not at church. No. Meaning we don't have to be demure and polite with our applause or our appreciation for anyone's display of talent. So if you like, clap your hands, stomp your feet, make some noise, let them know that you appreciate what they're doing. All right. We're going to turn it over to Ms. Darlene. I think she had a question. If not, I got a question. Okay. On social media this week, back and forth with different conversations, and it kind of, I want some honest feedback from a different group of men. It's not that I hadn't been talking to men, but just a different group of men to see if the perspective is still the same. And what I shared recently was that women, in general, doesn't apply to all, but in general, it takes us longer to discern what a red flag looks like, what a red flag feels like, and how to navigate through it. It doesn't mean that we don't see it. It just takes us longer to recognize it. I say that part of the foundation of that is because we grew up with our fathers, our stepfathers, our grandfathers, our brothers, our uncles, our neighbor, the pastor, the teacher, and a bevy of male figures who embodied some of the same behaviors, the same poor choices, some of the same vices that we may encounter when we're dating or we're building intimate relationships with men. And that's part of why. That's not the only reason why. It may not be that particular woman's biggest reason why, but that happens. And so I want to know from the men, if you do have a response, how do you hear that? Because I know guys will say, well, women don't take accountability for their choices and for what they did or what they failed to do. And to a degree, I would agree with you. But if part of the reason why she's not moving better, moving sooner, can be traced back to what she experienced as a child, as a young girl, her first relationship with her first boyfriend, how is she supposed to recognize it at 40, 50, 30 years old if that's all she's seen from the men in her life? So does anyone want to jump in with that? Don't get quiet on me now, motherfuckers. Say something.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, darling.
What's up?
How'd it do,
my
baby?
people?
How'd it do, boo?
Oh, it's good. It's good. To actually piggyback on that, I got a friend who actually is going through that. One of my best friends. She lives in New York, and she found herself attached to a guy who was given minimal effort in the relationship. And a lot of times, even though she recognized it, she still couldn't pull away from it. So she's fighting to figure out how to get past it. And it is a process because, like you just stated, if that's what you've encountered most of your life, then to all of a sudden realize that now you're being forced to have to move and do something different, which unfortunately a lot of times with most women, they have to be forced to get out of that and, to some extreme measures, whether it's, just completely getting their self-confidence torn down or verbal abuse, things of that nature. So it is a process. And for us men who see that, who have emotional intelligence to understand and see that issue, we need to extend a little bit more consideration and a little bit more patience. Because the thing is, it's like it's a work in progress. And, we all evolve every day. So the evolution between men and women are a little different, and for someone who's broken or damaged, it may take a little longer. So it really just depends on the man and how he identifies it. And then also, too, what he extends to that woman, the latitude or the space to actually heal.
Thank you.
In addition to that, I think you have to give some ownership to the woman getting healed. A lot of times we get in relationships and we feel that the man supposed to be sometimes, when I get a man, I'm going to be happy, or when I get a man, I'm going to do. They put a whole lot of expectations on the man, and he's coming in with his own baggage and his own traumatic experiences. So I feel like even man and woman both need to find a form of healing. And even if you go into a relationship, be honest with yourself before you can go into anybody. Be honest with yourself and say, hey, I know this trauma. I know I still feel a way if somebody say this or this, that, and the other. We were just mentioning red flags over here. And a lot of times women do look over the red flags. She said they start looking orange. We said orange, pink, and everything when we know it was a red flag. And here's the irony behind that. I still put it back on the woman. Why did we accept that? Because if you are accepting some things that you know is not making you whole, then why are you? Because you're pounding on someone that probably don't even have the emotional intelligence to even help you with all the traumatic experiences that you've experienced in your life. I stopped my porn because I was raped by my father at the age of 10. That's when my trauma started. So for a long time, I didn't even know that myself and my emotions had value. So I accepted the emotion, the red flags. I accepted a person that was avoided, wasn't ready, because I didn't know my emotions mattered. So I had to step out of this dating and marriage game and get in tune with me. Because at the end of the day, if I don't know what it takes for me to be who I am, how on earth can I expect a man to give me all he got? I'm not going to know how to receive it, even if he come in and be the best man he know how, right? So I just think the irony behind this male and female relationship is that we need to really sit with ourselves. A lot of people don't believe in God. Okay, fine, but get with your spiritual being or whomever. Get some help. You know what happened. I had sat with myself, and it's not fair to give yourself and accept situations when you know that you're broken, because broke people gonna break more. Hurt people gonna hurt people. So it's important that I think what's happening right now is we get in relationships and we're trying to love from a hurt situation. Amen. Somebody, we need to heal at the end of the day, and you can polish it up. You can dress it up. I mean, black women are so beautiful. We cover up all kind of hurt, pain, agony, and this, that. Men walk around smoking it with whatever, doing whatever they doing. Sometimes they use sex as that tool to just release. But how about releasing from your spirit realm, right? Finding a way to sit with yourself and have those uncomfortable conversations with yourself. So when you see something that comes in your life and you know don't need to be there, you can say move and be okay with it. Have a great day.
Thank you.
I want to comment real quick. I think part of the problem is that for generations, especially when it comes to black families, we've always watched the matriarchs cover for the patriarchs. We've always watched them, decide that if Mrs. Jones' husband wants to be down the street with Mr. Smith, she covered that up. She did everything she could to hold that family together. She held that house together. She held him together. She held the children together. She held the rest of the family together. And no matter what happened, he could beat her. He could talk to her any kind of way. The aunties and the uncles would, swarm around whoever was being attacked, and everything got swept under the rug. Nothing ever got resolved. And so I'll speak for myself. As a child growing up watching those kind of things, for me, I thought when I became an adult that I was supposed to do the same thing. I was supposed to hold on to all of this stuff. I was supposed to hold on to the relationship, hold on to the home, how I, look at another person and say, how dare you take what I've amassed? But sometimes that amassment comes with that trauma. And we have to recognize that it's trauma, that it's pain, and it's a learned thing. It's not necessarily something that we developed on our own. It was inherited, and we have to learn when to let that go. I looked at the next generation of my family, and there was no way I could tell my 16-year-old niece or my 9-year-old niece that they needed to let any man treat them any kind of way just to say, I'm holding on to my relationship. I'm holding on to this family. I'm holding on to everything that I felt. And I think a lot of us have, experienced that kind of trauma, but don't recognize it as trauma. We recognize it as normality, because that's what our mothers, our aunts, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers did.
Thank you.
And I just want to add, it's funny not funny, that's the wrong word. I'm ecstatic, I should say, to hear people say the healing process, because we were having a conversation on social media, and a few of the men kind of said they were kind of sick of people talking about healing. Why do we need to refer to the past? Why can't we just move to the future. But you can't move on unless you acknowledge why you're hurting. And in that conversation, this young man asked, why do women feel as though they deserve, wait, how did he ask? Why do women feel as though they deserve one man? In other words, what are women doing that would allow them to have one man to be faithful to them? Do women deserve to have one loyal man? I mean, that's what he asked. He said women.
Why is it supposed to be equated to an award or a prize?
And that's what I'm trying to understand. If both men and women are dealing with generational trauma, we are both trying to get to know ourselves. At least I hope that we are trying to get to know ourselves. But instead of acknowledging that we are the problem or we could be the problem, we revert to it as being normalized. And as you know, we just normalize it. And we think that every person that we get with or come in contact with is the problem. And it's not. We choosing people based on our own trauma. If we are suffering from insecurities, we're going to choose a person that's going to validate those insecurities constantly. And that's what we're going to constantly attract. Doesn't mean that they're good for us. It just means that that's how we need to feel, so we're going to choose this person. So I just really want to understand if both people, men and women, are dealing with hurt, pain that we didn't ask for, why don't men believe that they can be faithful to one woman? Why do men think that they hold so much weight that they can spread themselves around? I hear men say they're outnumbered, so they don't have
They
to
get
be.
validated. Okay. There's some social validation that some men give to other men who, hey man, you got all the, hoes, you got all the ladies, you got, all right, he a big ladies man, and it's high five, and you the man type of chorus is going all around that space. There are more spaces where that's celebrated versus other rooms where, hey, you just being faithful to your person. And there's nothing wrong with being poly. There's nothing wrong with being ethically non-monogamous, but that requires a higher level of maturity and communication with the people that you deal with. Not everybody, man or female, is ready for that. But men, I've been in spaces, I am not a man, but I've been in spaces where guys are like, high-fiving and, it's the talk. It's quieter with that dude who's been faithful to his wife for 40 years. It's, they're like, man, you rare. I couldn't do it.
But isn't needing a lot of men or women, isn't needing a lot of men or women a form of trauma? Because that means that you need to be validated by several different people. You just can't, one is not enough. You need several different people. So isn't that a trauma that should be recognized in whoever is saying?
Well, it's not necessarily have to be trauma. It
And
also,
most people don't know what trauma is.
It also can be a level of selfishness. See, a lot of people don't identify selfishness. We are all selfish to a certain degree. And a lot of time we impose our selfishness on other people without doing the background check and all that stuff. Because you want what you want from that person and not taking in turn, are they capable of reciprocating what it is that they need from you in return? So everybody's selfish to a certain degree. And that's why, you know, it's not necessarily have to be trauma. It could just be downright selfishness. Because the thing is that a lot of men do have the ability to notice or seek out broken women. And actually vice versa. So it's not just really the man, it's just about the opportunity of establishing your selfishness. And I mean, it happens to everyone. Even it's not necessarily in a relationship, even in friendships. You have some people that you overextend yourself to and realize that they're not pouring back into you as you pour into him and pour into them. So, you know, again, I don't want to make it seem, or I don't want to have it said that it's all trauma. It's just really a habitual behavior that everybody exudes from time to time.
But why is it habitual?
Well, because it's habitual, because if they're used to doing it for a certain amount of time and getting away with it, there's no corrective behavior. There's no one to say, yo, hey, slow down. You're not doing her good. You're not doing, you're just greedy to whatever extent it may be. Like I said, even in friendship. I mean, we talk about relationships, but relationships, it spawns beyond just the one-on-one, mano-a-mano. Friendships, too. Even in your family. You have family members that will take advantage of you and won't do shit. They'll come under your house and eat every day and won't leave a damn dollar. You know what I'm saying? And so, I need to borrow your car. You done borrowed my car 3 damn times and they put no gas in the car. So it's all about the level of selfishness. So again, I don't think it's all about trauma. I just think it's about the level of selfishness, identifying it, and doing the corrective measures to either stop it or put some space between them people. A lot of times people underestimate the power of silence. You add motherfucker out and they wonder like, damn, I ain't heard from him in a week or 2 weeks. That's corrective behavior adjustment right there. All day. Say it again, Queen. Damn right. Taking all the power away. Because now they got to reset and try to approach you in a different manner. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. There you go, Queen. I'm going to let you go on right.
So I wanted to add on to that. I mean, he was on the point. He just took the words just right on up out of my mouth. I feel like, so I'm going back in the day. I'm old school. Back in the day, a man worked for it. They worked for just a smile. They worked for, but what we did as women is we gave our power away. We done showed them that they don't have to work for it. We done became desperate. We've become to the point where loneliness, I won't even say desperate. We have become, loneliness is like a disease right now. It is, it really is. And the man know it because a man is not, I'm not going to say this. Yes, I am. A man is not as smart as a woman, and they know that. So I'm saying that, just be saying it. You're not. You know, you're smart, you're intelligent and everything. When it comes to relationships, y'all know what you want. You all understand what game it is. We'll look at a woman, people out, say, okay, I know what I want. I want to just do that. I want to make that woman blah, blah, blah. But what happens with the woman is we just surrender it. We give them the whole bill of sale. We throw our resume out there. We want to cook for you. We want to prove to you that we can be the woman that you want. And then we want to throw everything in. And then when the man say, I don't want a relationship, we think that, okay, he just saying this, but we can trick him and make him want it. But if a man say he don't want, okay, how good he screw you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Sex is sex. Let me tell you something that a man told me, you guys, and it tripped me out when and it changed the game for me years ago. He told me, he said, Queen. I said, what? He said, fucking ain't nothing but science. I said, what? What are you saying? He said, it ain't nothing but science. I need to come. I need to nut. This is how he talked to me. I said, really? He said, yeah, no, we just talking relationship. He said, I just want to nut, and when I'm done, I'm done. He said, y'all that emotion shit, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Right now, this thing got a mind of its own. And if it don't get what it want, it's going to do what it got to do to get what it want, i.e. manipulation. i.e. knowing, can smell, they can sense our vulnerability. Men can sense it. And this is why I say go back to Sojourner Truth. She said we can turn this world right side back up again. We just got to know our strength. The power of silence, like he said, oh my God, why he ain't called me? Let me text him. Let me do this here. I just seen somebody online fighting over a phone, trying to look at the man's phone. Let me tell you something. If a man don't want you, he don't want you. He don't. It's nothing that we can do about that. And the irony behind all of this, women, we can change this whole world right side up again. Back in the day when black love was the most powerful thing in the world. If we close our legs, close our fucking mouths, and listen.
Okay.
And here.
Okay. So.
Because there's a difference.
We're going to listen to some music. We got DJ Miles and Rough Rock. Going to play some tunes for us. We got another talent person. Okay. So we're going to play some music. And then we got Sharice. She going to show off some blackness. All right, y'all.
Before the beat drops, me, do not mistake for the elite of life, because I have learned without smoke, without spectacle, without asking one to rescue. There are versions of me buried beneath other people's expectations. The woman who smiled because it was the woman who smiled rather than explaining. She was exhausted. The woman who carried entire room on her back, then apologized for taking up space. The woman who introduced everyone else while forgetting that she had a name. And that name was worth. I know what it feels like to pour into cups that never intended to pour back, to become the safe place for people who never once, not once, asked, what did I want? What did I need? And where did I need to land or fall? I know what it means to keep showing up with open hands while life keeps handing you closed doors. But still, I showed up again and again and again, because somewhere inside of me lived a little girl who believed that love was something that you earned, something that you got by being useful, something that you earned by being excellent, by never reading anything into what you needed for yourself. But healing has found a funny way of introducing itself. It doesn't knock, it rearranges. It rearranges the future inside of your soul. It asks impossible questions. Who are you? When do you stop proving? Who are you when nobody's clapping? Who are you when the room goes silent and all that's left is the sound of your own heartbeat? I met her there, the woman beneath the performance, the one who didn't need another accomplishment to justify her existence. She was tired. She wasn't broken, but she was grieving. Every version of herself, every version that believed being chosen was more important than choosing herself. So she did the most radical thing she's ever done. She came home to herself. And from that place, everything changed. The music wasn't louder. It was truer. The microphone wasn't bigger. Her voice was. The business wasn't simply about making money. It became about making meaning. Because some people play records, I play memory. Some people create events, I create permission. Permission to dance again. Permission to laugh again. Permission to remember that joy isn't childish and it isn't survival. Chicago raised me on rhythms older than language. Bass lives that carried prayers. Pianos that knew how to resurrect the weary. House music never asked me who I voted for, how much money I made, who loved me, who left me. It simply whispered, Queen, come. Bring your whole self. We'll heal in the fourth time. So I did, again and again and again. And every time I watched strangers become family on a dance floor, I remembered that maybe this too was church. I learned that legacy isn't your resume. It isn't the logo. It isn't the title. It isn't the applause. It's the woman who walks away from one conversation with you while standing a little taller than she did before. Legacy is someone finding the courage to dream because they watched you refuse. Legacy is becoming the evidence and tenderness and strength that have always belonged in the same body. So no, I am not becoming her. I have always been her. Life just kept introducing me to myself. One heartbreak, one prayer, one dance floor, one sunrise, one radio show, one impossible decision at a time. And when I find myself, it's over. When the lights come up, it's over. When the room goes quiet, it's over. And I don't wait to be remembered as the woman who could command a crowd. I want to be remembered as the woman who made people feel safe enough to become themselves. Because in the end, love has always been my loudest performance. And if you listen, not with your ears, but with the places inside of you, still learning how to hope, still learning how to dream, you'll hear it. Not in the applause, not in the poetry, not even in the music. You'll hear it in the silence. You hear it in the silence right before that beat drops. And because that's where transformation lives, that's where I found me.
Okay.
One, two.
Do we have something else? I wanted to read something from one of my.
No, I was just gonna say, not the polite snaps. Can we put some applause, some hands together?
A lot of snaps.
Yes. Make some noise. Miss Sharice.
You are so good with the mic, Tiambe. You are so good.
That's what my husband said. Hey.
No, really.
Oh.
So I wanted to read this. This was an expression from one of my man friends, and I wanted to read this and hear your thoughts about it. You my man friend? What? So he
Who
said.
you talking about, Lucy?
So, Mike, I'm gonna read my comment, and then I'm gonna read his comment. So I said, I can't even remember what the question was, but just follow me, y'all. Stay with me. This is the experience. Both genders are dealing with past trauma, the need to feel something from someone. It's not gender specific. It's what men keep saying. Men are blaming the women for leaving them, but refusing to acknowledge why. Both genders are confusing relationships with trauma bonds. Generations of trauma, yet we somehow believe we are healthy enough to be in a relationship. So his response was, and I say this with the utmost respect for you and your platform, but do you think that women are truly capable of understanding the everyday challenges that we as men face every day when we walk out of our home? We are hated by damn near everything that walks this planet, and we wear masks just to keep the peace and avoid conflict. If we are nice, then we are labeled as a simp. If we show confidence, then we're arrogant. If we dress up too flashy, if we dress down, then we're bums. If we're quiet, then we don't know how to communicate. If we talk, then we talk too much. If a man chooses to end the relationship, then he's weak. But if a woman chooses to end the relationship, she's strong. Make it make sense, because from where I'm sitting, it's damned if we do and damned if we don't.
So what's the question?
I don't know if I have a question. Okay. I just wanted
some feedback.
Right.
Okay. I will start by saying there's a segment of men who that is their reality. So I'm not here to take away that experience because I'm not a man. And some of my male friends do talk about just the level of criticism that they hear or receive whether it's on social media, whether it's in the news, whether it's how people at the job may interact with them, especially of other cultures. So there is some truth in what he expressed. What I have to say as a woman is I wish more men knew how to identify what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and share it. I wish more men, before they got married, would identify, is she a good mate for me? Not, she looks pretty, we'll have nice kids, she's ambitious. Can I talk to her when I'm having a really bad day? Can I cry in front of her and it not become something 6 months down the line, a year from now, she's making jokes about it? I don't think enough men know how to identify a woman who is emotionally supportive. And so that space is kind of empty. And if he doesn't know how to identify his feelings or his thoughts when she's asking those questions, like, hey, you know, what's going on? I can see something is, you know, something is off or something is bothering you. Guys are real good with saying, I'm cool, it's okay. Knowing that's not how you feel. Mm-hmm. But you're not giving her enough information in order for her to support you or at least be okay with your silence. And both of y'all are kind of walking this tightrope. Because he's not saying enough, she's saying too much. When he does say stuff, the moment may not be the right moment, and he feels rejected, and he feels hurt, and now they return the cycle all over again. So, go ahead, champ, say something. You've been quiet today. I'm talking to you, Thirst. But you're okay.
Everybody's experience is walking through. Some men have it hard. They face a lot of rejection. You got a lot of men out here who have married women. Women didn't really want to marry. Married him because he was a good guy. But when things go bad, she down. So you take that hate, disappointment, you push it on the world. Have other men, they cruising, great life, they not gonna. That particular man, he may have had a tough life. I don't know what he done faced. I don't know what he been. I haven't faced it. My life been great. So I can't really speak on him. Hopefully, if he's struggling, he runs into a woman to help heal him. Because obviously it sounds like he's struggling at work. They hate it everywhere, and we know black people and racism, you know, it's all over. That's something we all face. But it seems that something's eating him. Just in a place where he's expressed that frustration, the text on. No, I can't add to it. I can't take away. Some people have had a great life. Some people in the middle. Some people having a rough life. You have to meet people where they at. Try to help them best you can. That's what I do in my life. I try to meet you where you at. Because I understand what outside appears ain't always what's on the inside. It usually comes out when these people commit suicide. Everybody say, oh, he seems so happy. Well, you don't know what somebody thinks. And we had a thing at work, get these called the well-being. I always tell people, got old grammar school friends, teammates, this or that. Nothing gives you joy sometimes like getting a text or a phone call from somebody you had good times with. I don't care if it was 25, 30 years ago. When that phone call or that text come through, it has saved people's life. Because it gives you some type of hormone and some type of joy. And you bounce back. So I tell people, always do a well-being check. Check on your friends. Check on people you ain't talked to in a while. Give them that call. Give them that text. Because ain't no reason why everywhere you go, everybody got a phone in their hand. I ain't heard from you in a year and a half. You ain't got
that part.
You ain't got 10 seconds to say hello, how you doing? And everybody know if I got your number, Darlene, get a text from me sometime. Just checking in. Because you never know if somebody going through something because you see social media or you pass them by. They say things ain't going so good. What you need? Anything I can do to help, I'll be there for you. I just think it's more of quit judging, try to do more helping. Because we always point fingers. It's people pointing fingers at you. And you got to understand that I ain't perfect. I've had a hell of a life. It's outstanding. But I ain't perfect, and I understand that. I understand that one reach one concept you have to have. While I was the police, I was I understand reaching down and trying to help people. I think all of the battling back and forth and for all this, it ain't nobody's fault. Everybody's got their own things that they got to work through. Sometimes that person ain't for you and they're a great person. Sometimes ain't for you. If you stay too long, you kind of get disheartened. Sometimes people will break you. They'll just break you because you just don't want to open it. Now, other people have to receive your hurt when they come into the relationship because you still hurt over them. And they like, I'm not them, but you look like them. You the gender of them, and you gonna take some of this heat that they didn't get. So, my thing is, hey, just be yourself, do the best you can. Some people you can't help at a particular place in their life. They just so broken and so hurt that no matter how well you treat them, you just ain't gonna get the best of them at that time. And that's where patience comes for a lot of people. And this is a fast society now. We don't have a lot of patience at all. I just want, if you can help somebody, man on man, woman on woman, it is what it is. Just do the best you can with what you got to work. Sometimes you have to leave a broken person right where they at.
Thank you.
All right, Thirst.
I think it's hard if you have any sense of compassion, humanity, empathy, leaving someone knowing that they're broken, that they're at a certain state of being unhealed is hard.
Well, I mean, I understand that to a certain degree, but you have to understand too, sometimes some broken people can carry such negativity that it taints your reality. And so sometimes at the end of the day, we all are trying to self-preserve. We're all trying to protect our peace. And sometimes that comes by any means necessary. So sometimes you have to distance yourself for the betterment of you, not to say you don't care about that person. You extend as much as you can, but if you feel that you're being tainted by their energy, because truth be told, everything is kind of driven on energy. That's why we're all here now. Watch yourself.
Come on and say these words.
But real talk, I mean, if you think about it, we all interact in each other's reality at different times. And, from one walk of life to the next. And so, it's kind of like it's meant to be. So for whatever that we extend to one another, just like my man said, you do the best that you can. You inject as much as you can, whatever your positivity is, and hopefully it carries that person to the next moment. Because, life is about moments. So we go from one moment to the next moment. And that's how we heal. That's how we progress through. That's part of evolution. And so, in understanding that, if you understand your evolution from day to day, because you're not the same person you was yesterday. People don't understand that. We underestimate time. We take time for granted. And so, when you do that, when you make assumptions about time, that's a lot of times when we get ourselves in trouble. Because you could wake up one day feeling some certain one type of way, and then tomorrow you have a whole different outlook based on what you had to interact with the day prior to or the week prior to. So, it's we have to get kind of back to understanding that, you yourself is the priority. And once you understand self-preservation, then you can extend yourself to other people and help them along their journey as well.
So I do agree that it's hard to leave someone when they're broken, but
there's only so long that I can fight harder for you than you're fighting for yourself. I can't be in that ring just boxing, getting knocked down, and you sitting on the side. You know, it's only so long. You know, and so it is difficult to leave someone when they're broken, but you also have to want the help. So if I'm doing all the things and I've offered all the things, and like someone's drowning, right, and they can pull you down too because they're flailing around. If I'm saying, hey, just stop moving around. I got you. I'm gonna carry you. I'm gonna pull you out the water, and they still flopping. Hey, baby, I got to go. I done told you 1,000 times, because now somebody got to be around to tell the story. That's my little thing. If you keep flopping around and I'm trying to help you out, we both gonna drown. So I just think it depends on the situation, and from experience, I have fought for someone who was not fighting for themselves. It is exhausting. It is taxing. You lose sense of self, and then you look up and you're like, I've been fighting for this person for 6 months or a year or whatever, and my life is like dwindling. I didn't even pay attention to that because I'm so busy trying to fight for them. So it has to be a balance, and you have to want the help as well.
I want to add on. I haven't heard this word since we've been out here, and it's forgiveness. I think a lot of times what happens is when we're hurting, it's a condition that we've been so prone to. I mean, back when we were in Africa, way back when, we learned how to deal with the hardest of life, right? I mean, not in Africa because we were kings and queens first, but when we became slaves, we've learned how to deal with that hurt and that pain through worship, through prayer, through dance, through singing, through working. And our mothers and our mothers' taught us how to survive and deal with this. Like, just deal with it. Even with the black man, he's been so strong. He had to see his wife raped and children sold in slavery. So he has a strength within him that's endurance, that resilience, that causes him not to really want to show that emotion. So we're walking with all of this energy and this resilience, and we're not even taking a moment to just breathe and inherit what is hurting, because we were not trained. Something that you said earlier. So we were not trained to sit with that moment, sit with that hurt, because we looked on as being weak or vulnerable. Well, what's wrong with being vulnerable? Because that's where the healing is. And through that, forgiveness is so important. Even if you're in a relationship. I just got out of a marriage 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. He didn't ask for forgiveness, but I forgave him. He don't even know what he did, and it's okay. Because then I forgave myself, because I decided, I'm not throwing nothing on him. I decided to stay in something I know wasn't working. So I had to forgive myself, and I didn't have to settle for anything, and I didn't know that. And so I had to sit with myself. I was like, hey, keep saying, well, he did this, and he did this, and you're not looking at yourself. So I had to do a self-check, like, okay, he came in and left out the same way, and you tried everything in your power to change something that didn't even come in with the change. What's wrong with you? I had to really sit with myself. And so I encourage everyone in this building, in this backyard, in this beautiful palace, because that's what it looks like, to really sit with yourself and dig deep. Because guess what? We're human. We're not engines that's supposed to keep going and keep going and keep going and don't stop at a red light, stop at a hurt, stop at a trauma, stop at a pain, stop because this don't feel right. It's okay. And it's okay to sit with that, man and woman, because that's where you start learning how to forgive yourself and forgive others.
So I want to throw in a question. I love hearing from you, first of all. So I just got a text message from one of my man friends, and hush it.
Don't get emotional, Carl Thomas.
And one of the reasons why men are closed off about being vulnerable and open and expressive is because of how they are made to feel. So he wants to know, why is it when a man expresses himself, he's referred to as bitter or weak, or why can't his feelings just be accepted and understood? Why does how he feel have to be degraded. Let me get a mic to Jackie.
Everyone, my son was going through something emotional, but I don't think he even knew how to deal with his emotions. It kind of threw him off. It was throwing me off. I was like, I think you need help. You need to go see a psychologist or something, because I didn't know how to even talk to him. It's like, you've been trained not to, even though I've never told my son, keep your emotions to yourself. It's like he was like it had been so contained in him, all the stuff he had been holding in, and when it came out, it was explosive, And I'm like, well, how to deal with this? You need to get some help. I'm like, I can't help you. I got my own problems. I didn't want to tell my son that, but I told him, I said, I think you're unbalanced. He didn't like that word. So it's like, because like you all been socialized to be somewhat unemotional, detached in a sense, it's like when opportunity or a moment comes and you have to let it out, it's almost devastating, detrimental to you all. It's like a foreign feeling. Like, I'm letting all this finally out. I'm finally letting it out, And we, as women, we just let it out all the time whenever, how we feel, if we're upset, we cry, whatever. But man, how do you hold all that in? And then when he was little, he used to always say to me, Mom, why do they hate us so much? And I'm like, little 10-year-old boy. And I'm like, Ishmael, I don't know. I don't know how to say why they, and he still asks me that question till this day. His dad was in his life until he passed away, 13. But he still asks me that question. It's like, even though I would think he would have different perspectives about by now, it's still for him, why they just don't like us. So how does a man or anybody, women, children of color, how do you carry all this around with you? Men are supposed to be the ones that stand up and hold it down. So who holds them down when they can't hold it up anymore? So that's my perspective for the evening.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. You got several that will. You have several who will. Good night. Be safe. Be safe. My response to that is a little layered. For a small segment of men, when someone offers some feedback that may not meet your expectation, it registers as hate. It registers as criticism. And because in general, men don't always have the language to communicate feelings or thoughts, it's hard to understand as a woman what you're trying to convey. The other part, it's not always that women are trying to diminish or decrease your experience as a man. But if you keep holding and suppressing this conversation, you may not always choose the moment where she can hear you and receive it. It may come out in this massive gush, and she doesn't know how to triage it. Everything sounds urgent, and she may not know how to help you in that moment because she doesn't know which fire to put out first. But the other part is, I'm not talking about the men who are here because I don't know everybody's experience, but there are some bitter ass men. There are some men who attach the label of women are crazy or whatever language you want to use, and it doesn't. It may not fit or apply to the person that you're talking to in that space, in that moment. It may be appropriate about the person that you dated or the type of women that you're attracted to. you may keep having the same experience over and over again. And women, we do the same thing. We have a type, whether it's a physical type, whether it's a personality type. We all gravitate to what's familiar. Again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Men being able to use language that expresses emotion. Men feel all the emotions that women do. Y'all just don't articulate it in a way that most women can recognize. It comes out in your actions. It comes out in your silence. It comes out in your avoidance. But women need to hear the word. And
I gotta.
yes, sir.
When those words are articulated, what is the problem then? When a man literally says it's only two colors out, nothing in the middle, and white. If he says, what you did last night, whatever it was, I didn't like it. Period.
And she's going to ask you, why? What did that?
I didn't like it.
That's not
black
I
and
hear
white, no gray. I did
That's not
like
how
it.
a woman receives information.
So again,
no, you're asking a question. I'm telling you, that's not how women understand.
and I understand that
information.
But where's the disconnect? If he's actually speaking that from what you just said, if he's actually speaking what's on his mind and being articulate about it, and he's saying that he did not like it, and you say why?
No, she's asking you to break down. Okay,
because he said what you did last night and went into whatever you did last night.
That's not what you just said to me.
No, I said that, and I did not like it. You heard the I did not like it part and ran with it. But I said I said the little extra in between and said, and I did not like it. Then I said, there's no gray. It's black and white. I did not like
it. And I'm sharing with you, as a woman, I hear you and I accept that you didn't like it. But most women in some type of language, they want you to break down what part. Because you may have liked how she started, but you didn't like how she ended. And she won't know those particular parts until you break it down.
But
now,
she
didn't.
But I
you
said
you said you didn't like it.
Specific situation.
Okay.
When we had the conversation, that's what X, Y, and Z and all of that.
Okay.
And I did not like it from yesterday. Whatever happened yesterday, situation that happened yesterday.
Okay.
I did not like it. Being articulate, he's being spoken and he's being direct. There's no gray area. Black and white.
There is gray.
Where's the
when
gray?
you're talking about I didn't like for example, I didn't like how you prepared the steak. You put too much pepper on it. That gives me a specific portion of what you didn't like. I can hear that you didn't like it, and I'm going to atone for my part in it. But if I'm asking you, can you please break down what you didn't like? That hold on. That's her.
When I said this is what I said.
No, but I'm saying
night,
she's sharing.
The situation.
She's
I
expressing.
Said he was being articulate, and then at the end he said was I don't.
And I'm telling you, as a woman, saying I don't like it is not sufficient because she doesn't understand what part that she played in breaking.
But he was. I said he was being articulate.
Everything
that
all
you
you
said,
express is I didn't like it.
And then at the end,
whatever
see, that's
she did,
that's the only
like
thing that
it.
you heard because at the end,
no,
that's all I said.
She did something,
and I explained
and today you're saying I don't like it.
I explained it and I said I don't like it because I said I was being articulate about everything that you're saying, and then only reason at the end I don't like it. What else do I need to say after I already explained it?
If she's asking you, can you break down what part? What she's expressing.
Whatever the situation was last night. That's the part.
I
no, didn't express it last night.
I get what you're saying. You're
now.
direct in
right.
And you go from point A to point B. And understand as a woman, there's still section A, B, C, D in between A and B, and she's asking for specifics because when you do something
So then
that
I'm
she
gonna
doesn't
repeat-
like,
hold up.
she's
Right.
gonna
But I'm
break it
repeat
down.
myself again and
She's
say
gonna break it down
repeat
fractions.
myself again and say what I just finished saying. That's going to start an argument because
Because
she's
she
still
asked
going
a
back.
question. No,
And
she asked a question and
I-
you didn't give her any
the
additional
answer
information.
she wanted to hear.
No,
or
no.
The answer that I was saying.
No.
Why do I have to sit up? I don't like the way you said I. I don't like the way you ate that piece of chicken. I don't.
No,
I-
the reason why
you have to do
reason-
every.
Yes, you
why?
do.
Why? When I just sat up there and said last night,
Because
the
it's not
problem
clear
that we
to
had
her.
how was that not clear?
She's not a man, and how she hears.
And I'm not a woman, so why
and
do
how
I
she
have to?
how
Why
she
do I
hears
have to
how she
clarify all of that?
how she hears language is not the same as how you hear it. And if she's asking, she wants the information. Give her the
But so,
motherfucking information.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
Okay, let me, hold on. I'm gonna give an example, and
the
hopefully
three,
this will help.
the three of y'all are on the same level. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give an example, and hopefully this will help. So, you have children,
Yes, I
and
do.
your children have done things that you didn't like, right?
Correct.
In those instances when they've done things that you didn't like, did you say, "Hey, you're on punishment"? Well, why? Because I
What you
didn't like.
did
I didn't
yesterday.
like what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're going, well, I did about 50 things yesterday. What didn't I like? What didn't you like, Dad? And you say, I just didn't like it. If you tell them that they
No,
have
hold
absolute,
on, but
let me
that's
finish.
a,
Let me finish.
But on that
Let me
specific
finish.
thing, you probably said that ahead of time. Rock, stupid as hell. Now I gotta get personal. You gonna say something about this?
What I'm going to say over the music is
Ain't no Stevie Wonder in here with a red, and Dave Chappelle ain't saying wrap it up, B.
what I'm going to say is that when you're talking to anyone, and it could be another man, it could be a child, it can be a wife, whoever, it could be anyone. If you are not very clear, concise, and specific about what it is that you didn't like, they don't understand not to do it again, or they don't understand that, hey, I need to tell you why I did this.
So common sense isn't common anymore in
It has
today's
nothing
world.
to do with common sense.
If
It
I
has
sit
to
up
do with-
here,
it has to do
so
with completely
so
understanding.
we're gonna
what was
go all the way
wrong.
back to the beginning.
Okay, but let me tell you, if you went to the doctor and you say, and you say, hey, the last time I was here, I didn't like what you did. And he goes, well, what did I do? Don't worry about it. I just didn't like it. He doesn't understand where to start.
I never said don't worry about I don't like it. All right, hold on, wait. Being articulate and saying what you mean after what she had said didn't clarify any of that.
You can be as articulate as you want to and saying, I didn't like it, I didn't
But you
understand
told-
it, I
but-
don't want
but
it,
you-
blah, blah, blah.
but you have told
But you
them.
have to be very specific.
Why do
in
you
saying
have-
what
so
it
I gotta-
is
again-
that rubbed you the wrong way?
So
What
again,
it
I have
is
to
that-
sit up there and
that
say I
made
didn't
you
like the way
understand
you
something
ate your
different from
piece of
them.
chicken last night, and then we got into an argument on the way home.
Okay, if you told
And
me
I-
that you didn't like the way that I ate my chicken last night, I'm going to go, why? And you said, I just didn't. And I'm going, well, did I chew it out the side of my mouth? Did I pick it up with my fingers? Did I not cut it with the fork? Was I smacking?
I don't
Was
like it.
Did I let the chicken drool down my chin? I don't understand what it was that you didn't like about it, so I don't know whether it's something that I wish to correct.
If you was to say that to me, no, that's just me. If you don't accept me how I am, then guess what?
But that's
Here's
not.
the
That's
door.
not. It has.
But
nothing, that
anyway.
has nothing to do with accepting how you. It has everything to do with being very communicative with each other and understanding each other and going.
And so
okay,
again,
well,
we're
you know,
gonna go
if
back
you
to
don't
what
like the way
my
I chewed the
original
chicken out the
statement
side of my mouth
was.
and that annoys you.
Going back to what my
I might
original
wish to
statement
correct
was
that
after what she had
or
said
change
was,
that.
I was articulate, told her what was going on. There was not no
You were-
gray.
okay, you
there
were-
was black and white.
You were
I
articulate.
I explained what was going on. There was no gray. There was only black and white.
You were
So-
articulate. You did say what was going
Yes,
on.
please. Get the mic.
You did say that you did not like it, and you looked for someone to accept that statement that you did not like it, but
No,
you
I
didn't create
didn't look
the
for nobody
understanding
to look for the
behind
statement.
it.
Why? That is not me. I just said, and at the end, I did not like it. and it started.
But you didn't create understanding, and that's
How
the
is
part
that not creating
and
understanding? So I have
that's the
to,
part
I
that
have to give you, I have to literally sit up there and say, okay, to make this the way I want everybody to understand it.
Well, I could have said
Say it
today
that
when
way.
I saw you earlier, I didn't like the way you walked through that door. And then what would your response have been?
What was the problem?
Thank you. That's my point.
What?
That is my point. You said, what was the problem?
Because I knew what she was talking about. But I knew what she was talking about.
But you asked the why.
I knew what she was talking about.
But you still asked the why.
I still knew what she was talking about.
In that,
honestly,
okay,
because earlier today I seen her at work and I walked through the door.
Let me bring it back full circle.
Yeah, you see the difference?
Right.
Yeah, you see the difference?
But let me bring it back full circle.
So therefore, if I say what we did last night, I did not like and explain
hold on. I'm gonna bring it back full circle.
Why?
Let me bring it back full circle because what you said, I said, look, I didn't like the way that you walked through that door, and you said, well, what didn't you like? That's the part that we're saying that you have to be open to let the other person say to you, well, what didn't you like? How come you didn't like? Because it does. Because
honestly,
that's where the
really
understanding becomes. And that's fine too that you don't care. But you, in order to be in a relationship with somebody, whether it's a friend, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a lover, you still have to create some type of understanding. Otherwise, that other person goes, "Well, you didn't like what I did. I don't understand what the hell went wrong."
So
and they're gonna keep doing it, and it annoys you. And one of you are gonna be like, "I'm out of here."
But if you
never
sat up there
create
and
the
said
understanding,
that,
and it's
I
unnecessary.
did. If I sat up there and was like, I didn't, that's. What?
I know you were.
Oh, I was
know you
triggered
were.
a half an hour ago, but I didn't say nothing.
But I had to drive home the
Did
point.
I rock?
No matter how you drive it, where you drive it, what type of car you driving, he is not gonna see it. I would have let it go 20 minutes ago.
No, honestly, see the bad part about it is. See,
This
hold
right
on,
here,
wait, no.
because you
no.
know what?
See,
And
the bad part about it
this
is I
no
did see
reflection
it,
on him.
but
This is
but
no
I saw
reflection on him.
I saw a situation
When I say that it is
that
so
I had to ask.
triggering, the back and forth, the fact that it's on both parts, because and here's the thing, it's not to say that one is better or worse than the other, but no matter how you say it, he ain't gonna see it, and no matter how she say it, he ain't gonna. Baby, 20 minutes ago I let it. Daryl was over here saying, calm down. I was like, I am so triggered right now by this one. I had to tune it out, baby.
Manish Manning again.
No. I'll say it as nicely as I know how. I know we were having, well, I hope we were having fun in this conversation, but it seemed like you were fixated on not understanding the other person. And that can be taxing, that can be troublesome, and it's not going to be productive if that's where conversations start. If that's where conversations tend to go, it's not about the woman being unable to hear you or unwilling to meet you where you are. It still requires some additional input. When you go to a job, they don't just tell you, okay, fix it or do this task. In most spaces they don't. No, but I'm saying in most spaces they don't. They either you shadow somebody and you kind of see what they do. They may give you some written instruction, or they may show you a video, or they may ask you questions to kind of gauge your knowledge of whatever this thing that you have to do, whatever this responsibility, this task is. They typically don't just say, okay, I'll see you in 8 hours. Here you go, boss. Without at least expressing something to you. Without at least sharing or showing something to you. Same thing with human beings, whether it's men or women. Men, y'all have your own little language, and it's sparse words, and y'all miscommunicate quite often with each other. Women try to miss that, and her asking you, can you explain the why, was the point that we were making. Not the conversation, not the, why she ain't understand, I ain't like it. Okay. So that's what we are. You just let everybody know don't get in a relationship or make you a fuck buddy. So you good, boss. You good. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. That's right. Right. not the saxophone. Ricky. But no, I guess that goes to the broader conversation that men and women, we hear things differently. It doesn't make one group better. It doesn't make one group lower. But we hear words and it triggers a different reaction when it comes to emotion.
But how can we fix that though? Because that affects how we communicate.
Both people got to be willing. Even if you don't have maturity, it takes both people wanting to be together, wanting to get things quote unquote right.
Can anyone
It
admit
is, but they may not recognize it as that. They
But-
may not, right? They
but-
may not recognize it as that.
But
And that
does everybody
requires
back
under-
here
talking
believe that
and
they
hearing.
they communicate effectively?
I'm learning. In my 20s, I was hell on
sucked.
wheels.
Yeah, no.
I was hell on wheels in my 20s.
But-
I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Well, I'm new to the group.
Hey, how are you, darling?
I'm good.
I'm sorry, I
Tammy.
cuss a lot.
That's okay. I understand cuss. I'm not wanted, so it's okay.
Right, keep your clothes on though. Keep
yeah,
your clothes
yeah.
on. Okay.
But I agree with the whole maturity. Two people can want the same thing, but if one person is not listening, does not matter, because I can't want more for you than you want for yourself, and you can't want more for me than I want for myself. The whole communication thing, I'm big on communication, and most of the time I'll repeat back. So this is what you said. This is what I heard. Are these two things the same thing? If they are not the same thing, now I'm looking for an explanation to what it is exactly that you meant. Well, you know what I meant. No, this is what it sounded like to me. And I always be very clear, because somebody will say, Tammy, I didn't know you didn't like that. Yes, you did. I told you I don't like that. And I told you why I don't like that. So if you do it again, then that means that you don't care that I said that I don't like that. So now that's a problem. So I'm not going to go back and forth with you. What that tells me is I'm not that important to you. And I'm okay with that. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going back and forth with anybody. I'm not. I've been there. I've done that. I've been at a place where I love somebody more than I feel like they love themselves. So, and it becomes very, very taxing. It becomes very, very taxing. You want them to be okay. So, okay, well, what do you think I should do? All right, well, you should do, this is what I think you should do. I think you should do A, B, and C, because your A, B, and C didn't work. So here's what I think you should do. You never try what I say, keep at what you say, and then it doesn't work, and then you come back again. So now I'm going to say the same thing again. I think you should do A, B, and C. You still don't try it. You do it your way. When you come back again, I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else, because now I see it's not me, it's you, and that's okay. That's okay. That whole meet people where they are, you know, I'm not wrong, I'm not right, and you're not wrong, and I'm not right. It's okay. And you can love somebody and love them from a distance. I love you, and I want you to be okay. Just not over here. I want it to be peaceful. Whatever peace looks like to you, that's what I want for you. But what peace looks like for me is people dying every day. I want to live my life. And if you don't, you got all kinds of issues going on, I'm okay with that. If I can help you, I'll help you. If you don't want my help, don't waste my time. Two things I don't like to waste, time and money. Money I work too hard for, time I can't never get back. And I'm never nasty about it. I always want to be okay. I don't want to break bad with nobody. I want to go to sleep knowing I did the best I could, you know? And I ain't going to hurt nobody. I'm going to always treat people like I want to be treated. All I got.
Thank you. Thank you. No, she don't get the saxophones.
First, before I go into another question, do we got any more talent? Anybody else want to get front, center? You want some off? So this conversation is enlightening, especially with the healing process. So with knowing that we are all going through a healing journey to better ourselves, could you be with someone who is broken? Could you love someone and show them what love looks like if they are broken? You sure can.
So when we speak about broken, if you break a crayon still can be used, even if it's broken. So you could, because that means there's room for improvement if the person want to improve. So yes, you could.
Am I able to recognize how broken they are? No. No, I'm saying some of us, if you didn't got some emotional battle scars, then for you the answer may be yes. Or somebody who may not have gone that far as with themselves or things, they may not recognize. There are certain people when you see them or you have a conversation and it's kind of insightful, it lets you know what, you too much for me. Or you broken more than what my little love, my little patience, my little care, my little empathy can heal. I'm thank you so much. I'm gonna have to politely pass.
Just being healed or going through a healing journey, actually identify that a person is broken. I think it takes a tremendous amount of understanding to be able. This is like a little too much. No offense, but that's why I was like, this conversation. It was bringing up something with someone that I had a recent situation similar, and in that situation, I didn't handle it. I was kind. Hello, can y'all hear me? Okay, I was. No, okay. I can't with y'all. Yeah, horrible. But I was saying when I was going back and forth with my person who not very similar personality like that, I was YouTube, and when I saw that, I was like, oh no. That's why now I'm more so. This is a little too much for me because I can see the going back and forth. Like I can see it. Not to say that either one of you were wrong in it. It was just for me. It was triggering because it's a personal thing for me because I remember trying to get this person to see things through a different perspective. And it was so frustrating to the point where I began to ask myself, do you truly not see the point that I'm making, or are you choosing to not see it to hold on to your point? And once I got to that level of frustration with that person, it just made me now take a stop. And going back to what you were saying, Tiame, is that when you're going through a healing, I can't necessarily say healed because everyone still has some areas that we need to work on. So I'll say going through a healing journey, that's the only way you're able to identify when something is too much. Because, in my opinion, because when you don't see it, you'll keep going, and it just becomes such a vicious cycle. But only, I think, a person who's able to see something through a different perspective and a different lens, they're able to identify it. That's when you realize that this is a problem. You'll never see what I'm trying to say. And I just felt that with you.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to say that I think that there are some people that can be in a relationship, with someone who is broken. And a lot of times we don't even know that we're not that person because we think that we're healed. We think that we're whole. but the other person will, like you say, sometimes they'll trigger you. Sometimes they will mirror things in you that you don't see in yourself, things from your past that you never dealt with, things that you never even imagined were things that you were holding on to. And it's in that moment when you end up mirroring with another person and going, am I really healed? And or you see that maybe you're also on a healing journey and you're ahead of where this other person is in your healing journey or in your brokenness, and you have to stop and say, can I honestly give them what they need to heal without pausing my own healing or without dragging myself backwards in that process? And a lot of times we don't know that until we're actually in it. And we have, and that the whole conversation earlier about discernment, sometimes you literally have to say, I'm strong enough to say, okay, I love you, but I can't do this. And it's okay that we can't do this because I need to preserve self. And it's not saying, you know, that I don't want to help you, that I can't be a part of your healing journey. I just can't be fully invested in that journey with you.
So, so why do you all believe that it's so hard to leave situations that is hurting us?
Because by then you're invested. By then you're invested.
Nah, what's vested? How long is vested?
No. Right. Yeah, there's no set time frame per se.
Yeah, so, you know, in a scenario like that, it just really depends on the person and the efforts that they put in. I've known for for a lot of women, they look at it as the word investment, and they hold on to it as if it's gonna pay back. And if it escapes them, then, you know, it's like, oh, I put in all this work and some other bitch done got them and all this and all that. And that's the mindset. I've heard that so many times, and I'm just like, and, you know, trying to reason with that, but it's like a lock. It's like an ankle lock on some women where they can't let it go. And I'm just like, it's like pouring money in a hole. It's like putting in a black hole. You're not getting any payback. You're not seeing any improvement. But it's almost like a trauma bond to a sense, instead of trauma bomb, but slavery bomb, to the point where you can't look. And now, again, it's habitual. Now you're accustomed to doing it, and it becomes repetitive, and then you make excuses for behaviors and all the other little nuances that still makes the behavior excusable. And as you constantly pacify things, guess what? Time is rolling. Time is going. So you've been dealing with this person for what? Let's just say roughly 6 months. You're constantly investing. You're not seeing any changes. You're constantly making excuses. Now all of a sudden, guess what? You look up, it's 3 years. Exactly. And and so in cases and scenarios like that, you have to be mature. You have to be self-aware and say, you know what? I can't do no more. Once you've exhausted all your efforts, then you have to again put the focus back on you. Because at the end of the day, you still have to focus on you. Protecting your peace and protecting your own evolution should always come first. That's why I was saying earlier, people will impose their selfishness on you. Because guess what? They're going to keep accepting whatever help you give them. They ain't going to say, please don't help me no more. No, they're going to keep taking, and keep taking. So until you actually stand up and say, you know what, this shit ain't working. You're wearing the hell out of me. I need to now step back and then reset and then rebuild myself, reinvest in myself. So the energies I was pouring into you, I have to pour back into me to reset. And so again, you know, everybody, you know, has the ability to do that. It's just the fact, do you recognize it, and are you strong enough to do it?
I was going to say that a lot of times it's, as you said, trauma bonds. soul ties. The heart wants what the heart wants, and then the head wants what the head wants. And sometimes we don't listen to the head; we listen to that heart, knowing that the head is being rational and the rest of us is not. We want to see the best in people. We want to believe that we can make something work. We don't like to, nobody wants to get into a situation and go, oh, you know what, before I get in this situation, it might not work. Most people don't go, thinking that, especially when it comes to relationships. You initially go, oh, this person is great. I like what I'm seeing. I like what's happening between us, the dynamic. Yeah, we can make this work. And then for those of us that are dreamers, you convince yourself that no matter what, I can make this work. I can overlook this small thing. I can overlook that small thing. But then those small things add up. Yes, benefit of the doubt. Yes, curse word of the month, benefit of the doubt. But we also, I think we get into a zone in creating things in our mind, creating situations in our mind. We see potential in people. We see what we want to see, and then a lot of times when we see potential in someone, we know that there's a piece of them that exists that will coincide with us perfectly, but we may not be at the same point where we can intersect to get to that. They may have that piece in them. That's years down the road. It could be weeks down the road, or it could be something that it was part of their past that you see reflected in them. It's a glimmer, and so we hold on to that glimmer of hope, and we end up sacrificing self, even if we're strong and say, hey, I'm not going to do this. I've been down this road before, I don't want to travel this road again. And then you look up and you're going, but I'm back in that same situation, and why? And that's where, again, that discernment comes in and goes, hey, I'm literally reliving something that I've done in the past that I knew didn't work for me, and I have to be strong enough mentally, physically, emotionally to say, I have to let go now, instead of holding on to that dream, holding on to that hope that person is going to meet with you at that intersection that you saw.
So, y'all mean to tell me that we getting into relationships from a healed standpoint? Y'all, sex ain't running a relationship. We ain't starting relationships all with sex. Now, let's be for real. Let's be for real. If the sex is good, we in a relationship.
No,
now
it usually starts from they hunch on you real good.
And if it feel real good, now you want more of it.
You'll hold on a little bit longer.
Y'all don't care about no effective communication.
Run that up out here.
A lot of questions about that. Now, first of all, it's being grown folks and you coming together, ye man and ye woman, and then y'all have great sex. This is great sex, but the prelude leading up to the sex is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the conversations, the expectations, what it really is. Excuse me? Oh, no. Well, see that. Well, no. I mean, if you're doing some spontaneous shit, then that's another thing. I that's another topic. But if you're talking about, huh? Well, even if it's spontaneous, and then the conversation comes afterward, because the thing is, at the end of the day, you're going to have some form of conversation about the sex, whether it's before or after. Because as grown folks, we like to talk about what we done or what we done did. Did I make you feel good? Did you make me feel good? Are we going to do it again? So, so all of that stuff comes into play. You can't negate the conversation. And at that time, that's when you gauge, am I going to see you again? Or are you brave enough, or are you honest enough about the whole interaction? Because a lot of times, like I said, it still comes back to selfishness. If the sex is good, and I tell you, well, that motherfucker was fine. And so, but we going to do it again? It's not assumed that we're in a relationship just because the sex is good.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, good sex is the prelude to.
I'm just asking for who? You're saying that, but for who? Oh, well, they ain't figured it out.
Yeah, and then also too, I mean, if the sex is good, it's just good sex, but it's not assumed that you're in a relationship just because the sex is good. And then also too, if you're clarifying exactly what it is, then we shouldn't be having any conversations of relationships. I'll take my ass back to my reality, and that's how it is. Now, if I'm articulating this to you, clear English, it shouldn't be no assumption. It shouldn't be I thought. It shouldn't be none of that, because a lot of times, and I know this to be true because some of my dogs and then some of the women too. At the end of the day, we have to take, like, if a man is saying, hey, I want to engage with you, or however way it got to the point where we had sex, and then after that or before that, and I said, hey, this is what it is. This is what I have to offer. So if you have expectations of anything else, I'm not your dude. And most men do need to be a little bit more upfront about that. But if they're not, it's not up for you to assume just because you had good sex that now you're in a relationship. No.
After one time, no. But no. One time don't make a relationship. I agree with you with that. I'm going to throw in a monkey wrench. I think a lot more men can recognize the type of personalities, the type of chicks that are going to be a problem, and y'all still fuck her anyway, knowing that she's going to be clingy. She's but I'm saying
no.
The man has the onus to say, you know what, I want it, but I see she's going to be problematic. Let me not do it. Y'all still. Not every man. Right. I ain't gonna even say most men, but there's a segment of men who will.
No, and you are absolutely right. I'm not denying that at all, because as much as a woman is guilty of assuming and I thought, men are too. And so, we have to own up to that shit, because the thing is, if we know that there's a woman that we can overwhelm, and we know women that we can overwhelm, when we put that thing on y'all ass, and then next thing you know, you making Sunday dinners on a weekday, that type of shit. We know, and the thing is, but we do have to be, and like you said up front, it was like, hey, let's be upfront about this. Let me explain to you exactly what this is, because once you explain or set the right expectations, then there shouldn't be any conversation thereafter. Well, it still does, because you have to. And I can say this from experience. You have to revisit these conversations. A week later, you put in good work again, and now she's acting a little more clingy, a little bit more emotional, a little bit more attentive. Yeah, if she's starting to exhibit a little different behavior, then that's when you should take, as the man, come across and say, listen here, just want to refresh your memory. We are grown.
Are you saying that at the point of insertion or before y'all?
No. I'm talking about shit. It can be before, it can be after. It doesn't matter, because as long as I'm revisiting this conversation and saying, hey, just so we're on the same page, we grown folks, we coming together. I'm enjoying you, you enjoying me. You take your ass back to your reality. I take my ass back to my reality. So yeah, I'm refreshing the conversation, because I'm not gonna give you any room to assume. I'm not gonna give you any room to I thought. That's me personally. Now most men, they'll let it ride, because they'll take advantage of you being clingy, you cooking dinner, you doing laundry, all of that stuff. And some men, they'll take advantage of it. Some men.
So
well, no, because you want to know. Hold on, wait. Let me. Well, you want to know why?
They can't stop fucking
No,
her.
no. Hold on, wait. Yeah, but you know what? You say stop fucking you, but you want it just as much as I do. See, so right.
Because they can't let her go because that coochie too good.
Yeah, but she can't let it go because the dick is too good. So it's not gonna be one sided. Yeah. Right. She can't let it go.
Wait, give her the mic. Talk in the mic. Say it again.
So if you keep fucking her and then you got to keep reiterating it to her, you see that this is a conversation that you have to have more than once. Why keep going? Why keep fucking her?
that
You
coochie
already
good.
see it, and regardless or not if she wants it, men always say men set the tone and say, you know what? I already see that you're gonna be a problem. I'm gonna end this right here. Why keep reiterating? Why keep fucking? Why do you?
Can't Dana the mic. Wait,
which
hold on, let me hear
which
from
goes
Dana.
back to what we always say. Y'all love crazy.
No, I was just saying that he likes the benefits that she gives in addition to pussy. He likes the cooking, the extra attention that she gives, laundry and whatever else amenities that she receives from her.
So when she
That's why.
spazzed the fuck out,
Go. Every action has a reaction.
Like I said, because the thing is, it ain't just about us not fucking with it. It's first of all, remember, in this fucking thing, it's two people. It's two people. So even though, and if I don't have a problem reiterating it, all I'm doing is refreshing the conversation. So again, it's up to her if she wants to continue to keep fucking me. See, it's not just the man, it's us. It's us. That
Because
doesn't sound crazy.
If she's not gonna abide, she's never going to abide. So you keep reiterating to me it's going in one ear and out the other. So why don't you go get another one? It's somebody out here who gonna abide. She ain't the last vagina on earth. So if she's not doing what you want her to do, go and find somebody else. Like, you sound crazy to keep telling something. That's insanity. To keep repeating the same thing, and she's still not abiding.
It can be
Who does
insanity,
that?
but it can also be an acceptable consequence. And I know I'm telling too much, but I have a friend that's been involved with somebody for 8 years, and I've been privy to several of the conversations over those 8 years, where pretty much every 6 months he's telling her, "Hey, I told you from the beginning, I am dating." He still has several women in his life. And she flips out every time another one of them comes around. And he constantly says, hey, I don't want to be in a committed relationship with you. Yet she stays around. And it's because of all of the benefits, as you say. And for him, the reason why he allows her to keep hanging out with him and doing stuff with him and being in a relationship is because it is an acceptable consequence. Kick that again, DJ.
Let's hear some music, DJ.
One more person. Breathe wrong, man me tonight. I might jump their bones and apologize later. I don't need no wine, I don't need no romance, I don't need no playlist. I just need some dick. I need some dick. I need some dick. I need some dick. Some real grown dick heavy like, not that cute though baby dick, I want you. That hold a head boy with both hands and repent. Damn. The cry, laugh, and reconsider life choices. If the stroke don't make my knees buckle, baby, you ain't the one. Damn. I need some candles, play jams, put on lotion with glitter and out of shade, exfoliating it. Put that good perfume behind both ears so you can smell it while you're in it. My body talking, my back begging, my brain on airplane mode. I don't want conversation, connection, or closure. I want somebody to fuck me like a hoe and make me forget what day it is. I need some dick. A cone with stamina, hydration, and a 3-day recovery plan. I don't want you. I don't want gentle. I want that stroke that make me forget my password, my last name, and my responsibilities. You feel me? Yeah, I need some dick. Some grown dick with purpose and rhythm, yes. Not that lazy participation dick where I got to guide you step by step like a tutorial system. In the car, make the neighbors text y'all good if I don't lose my voice shouting them. That session ain't understood. Look, don't rush. I want foreplay that feel illegal. I want kisses like warnings. I want grip marks like signature. Talk nasty, star slip, pull hair like you mean it. Yeah, I want that stroke that rearrange my guts. Make me cancel trips I already paid for. Damn right, I need that turn a fan on, open the window, grab a towel. Oh, don't look at me right now. Tight dick that make me walk funny tomorrow. Don't call me until I come down. Oh, why the hell I let you do that to me, to me, to me, to me? Oh, just think about that dick. My back clenching in my breath. Catching my thighs, twitching my attitude, softening. Lord, I ain't asking for much. Just somebody with good hygiene, good rhythm, and good looks. I need some dick, some real grown dick, heavy like rain. Not that wee little baby dick, I want that beat me like a paycheck. Make me rethink life and text back for life. If a stroke don't make me moan and melt down, then boy, good night. Let me put my bonnet on, cause if he texts back, I'm leaving this house, slippers and shit. I need some